Hi everyone, delonewolf here, and welcome to Dixie, where I'm fitting one of my Vixors for live events. Now somebody asked me why I'm taking the Vixor and not a Myrmidon, which would have quite a lot more hit points. Well, there's two reasons. Number one, the Vixor is cheap, and so am I. And the second one is basically the Vixor can do just as much damage as a Myrmidon, but it's a bit faster. And the fitting that we're going for is ranged drone damage with the ability to kite and stay out of range. So that's what my brother and myself are going to give a try. But there's a pretty important announcement, of course. Let's have a quick look at the EVE Online website. If I can find, let's see, dev blogs, that should be on the EVE community website. And announcement, EVE Online Retribution, which is expected on December 4th, 2012. So we won't have to wait that long anymore, and there's even a Retribution page that's been set up, which looks pretty nice. Justice for all, if not by their laws, then by ours. And the three main features that are on the website at the moment is, first of all, bounty hunting, new ships and new roles, and then crime watch. Now, I've read the forum thread on this a little bit, and Crime Watch is going to be basically a simplification of the Crime Watch system. As far as I understand it, you will have three small icons on the top left, which will display when you're doing something wrong, whether or not you're doing an illegal action, like stealing from a jet can, or whether you can't dock anymore, and then there will be a small timer around it, and same with Concord intervention. And on top of that, they will allow players to set themselves in a fully safe PvE mode, in a thief mode, and finally in a all goes mode, basically. So for instance, if you go into PvE mode, the system will stop you from doing any criminal activity whatsoever. So that can protect you from can flippers. You won't accidentally steal anything from them. And then the thief mode, the in-between mode, would allow you to can flip, but not to allow any targets or anything that'll get you, or do anything that'll get you concorded. And then of course the final mode is well, anything goes, and that's the way we play right now. So basically, I think Crime Watch will be simplified a little bit, and it's going to be made a bit easier for new players to defend themselves against people that try and work these mechanics to their advantage. And it's also said that Crime Watch at the moment is a performance issue as well, because the server has to do so many checks in a large fleet battle that it's actually impacting on performance. So they're going to try and fix that. The new ships and the new roles, well, that's the new mining frigates, and then the new destroyers, which not everybody is very happy with the models, but personally I'm holding out for the final product before I give judgment. Yeah, that's pretty short. And then the one I find most interesting is the bounty hunting. So they are going to revamp the bounty system, and I haven't been able to find any of their sources, but I read in the forums that people are saying it's a pretty interesting system that's going to be a lot more difficult to just take the bounties for yourself. And if I'm not mistaken, I'll keep in mind this is speculation on my part, and just information that I got on the forums, nothing official yet, so we'll have to wait for a dev blog. But let's say that one of you guys would put a bounty on my head for 100 million ISK. I would not be able to claim this bounty simply by podding myself on an alt, but there would actually have to be 100 million ISK in damage done before the bounty can be claimed. And then, for instance, if you would kill me in a 20 million Vexor, you would get like 20 million from that bounty, and there would still be 80 million remaining. So that bounty would basically stay on me until the purse of the big amount that you set up to begin with is completely used up by destruction cost to you. So I think if that's how it works, we'll have to wait and see, but that could be a very interesting system to make bounties viable. Anyways, that's as much as we know for now on Eve Retribution, coming December 4th, so that's pretty damn nice. And to finish off here, I'll quickly show you what we had in mind for fitting this Vexor. So yeah, the energized adaptive nanos to fill that gap and to give it a bit extra resistance, a damage control and an armor repairer. In the mid slot, micro warp drive, so we can have some speed. Small capacitor battery to defend ourselves from newts, which really in the last live event where we were up against 5 Mecharials, the newting was really what called a lot of us and made it so that we couldn't warp or couldn't defend against them properly. And then a sensor booster to increase my range. In the high slot, the drone link augmenter. This should allow me to target and send my drones up to 80 kilometers, something like that. Then 4 small guns, just in case somebody decides to put drones on me. I can take out drones with this, together with 5 Warrior 2s if I have to. And then in the rigs, we could go with like 3 capacitor rigs, but right now I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. So I also have a Trimark armor pump for some extra hit points and an auxiliary nano pump for more reparations from my medium armor repairer. And then finally the drones. I got 5 hammerheads here, 5 warrior 2s, and then 5 ECM drones in case I need them. And yeah, all I'll need to do is buy a little bit more ammo, but basically this Vexor, the idea is to kite around the battlefield at 50 to 80 kilometers and then just use your drones to project damage whenever stuff is a bit under control by the rest of the fleet, and maybe bring in some utility with ECM drones if that's useful to them. And yeah, that's the philosophy behind this fit. It's pretty cheap, doesn't cost quite a lot. Let's see if I can view. So that's just the hull, I think, 6 million. Yeah, but it's a pretty cheap fit, and all the live events so far have been in low sec, so you always do risk losing your ship, and I was getting a bit tired of losing all those Taloses. And yeah, EVE Online Retribution, check out EVE Online website if you want to learn more, and I'll see you all next time.